Okay guys, here we go again. 2 days to the top of Brown on my Ascar Hayduke. Man, I just love biking. And how many of you guys just love this loose chunk, you know, baby head rocks and loose dirt underneath, these sketchy conditions that keep you on your toes, cause your tires to drift, give you some feedback for the trail. How many guys like that, where you feel like you have to ride a little bit on the edge and you have to handle the chunk? I like it, and I like it because I want a mountain bike and feel like I'm mountain biking. I don't want a mountain bike and feel like I'm on a park trail. I mean, maybe you do like well-groomed trails, and you jumpsters out there that like to do the doubles and like those well-groomed bike parks. I get that. But what about this? What about this kind of chunk where you're riding on all these rocks and you're feeling like those knobby tires are earning their keep, doing their job, and making you choose a skinny line and hop over stuff, and makes you feel like you're pushing your bike to the edge a little bit when it comes to your suspension and your traction. Part of the reason I fell in love with hardtails is when I started riding full suspension, I felt like I was losing that connection to the ground, and felt like I wasn't going as fast. And yes, that was partially because the suspension was sucking up all the trail feedback. But how many of you would rather ride a hardtail with wide chunky tires that could handle the aggressive trails, or would you rather ride a full suspension with 2.4s and yeah, adequate knobbies, but maybe a little bit more narrow tires and narrow rims, and something that you feel like you can kind of cut through the mess as opposed to just chunder over it? So leave a comment below if you have a personal choice. Get a nice perspective with the sunset here, how aggressive these trails are. And yes, they're a little bit exposed, and that is an acquired taste, and I've gotten used to it over the years, but I love it. Like, here's a little sandy section that I know if I come in too hot, I will drift. I wasn't paying attention and drifting into it like I like to, but this gets really fast right here. This is a weekday too, and coming up on a weekday gives me the advantage of being able to go a little faster, be a little more aggressive, and not worry about people being on the trail and trying out new lines, things like that. That was a new line right there. I usually go in more instead of stay on the outside and then cut in, but that's just the way I end up doing it. This gets a little bit exposed right here. You got some loopy sections. When this trail first opened up after the fires we had, forget the name of the fires, but it was closed for a while. This used to be a fire road coming all the way up. And after the fires, they just kind of let it grow over for almost a year or something like that. And then it got overgrown, and the rain just kind of formed some of these trails. And then some of the guys with my old trail crew, MWBA, came up here and cleared out some of it, but kept it as a single track. And this goes into bureaucracy too, because what happens is the county doesn't want to pay for the stuff that the city is supposed to pay for, and da-da-da, or the U.S. Forest Service is supposed to pay for, and everybody's saying it's not me. So, which I'm happy that they're not bulldozing this out into a wide fire trail or fire road. Keep it like this. It works out better. So this next part gets really smooth like this, and you can ride your rigid bike on this stuff. But that first part is where we get some chunk, and I love it. So anyway, I'm gonna, well, keep it going all the way down to the saddle and show you this first section. Maybe break it up into 3 sections: the saddle, the fern truck trail, well, from the top to the saddle down to the fern truck trail, then from the fern truck trail down to El Prieto, and then that'll be it. But if you like riding fast sections, you got to come to the top of Brown. It's much faster up here than El Prieto. El Prieto, you're limited by all the switchbacks, and you can only go so fast. Up here, you got longer straights. I mean, similar to the Fern Truck Trail, where there's a lot of long straights that you can keep going pretty fast on. But then you're going to have more hikers down there. Here is no hikers, usually, not unless it's a weekend, and it's a weekday. So it's a Tuesday, you guys. So happy Taco Tuesday. I will pick up some tacos after my ride, have some tacos and beer, because I like beer. And I know it's not the healthiest thing, but I don't drink beer every day, and I drink it in moderation. I'm literally a 2 beer guy. I don't go beyond 2 beers almost at any time, even a party. I'll stop at 2 and then start drinking water or something else, like maybe a sparkling water or something else that's low calorie. And that's the main reason I don't like to drink too much beer. I don't want the extra calories or the alcohol in my system. So we're almost to the last fastest chunky part, and I posted up on my Strava this last part and asked you guys which line you took. So I'll show it to you for my YouTubers that don't necessarily have Strava. This very last section, that is the steepest section of this whole descent. It's just short, but very steep and very fun. There's something about when you point your bike down a steep section, and it's a steep section with some chunk in it. That's the life right there. Some of you may be disagreeing with me, but you know what? It's you do you. You ride what you like to ride, how you like to ride, and do you. Don't worry about anybody else. You pick the type of trails you like, the type of bikes you like, the type of tires, the type of gear. That's all on you, bro. It's your choice. I show you a lot of stuff on my channel, my personal choice. I'm not a influencer. Heck, if I was an influencer, I should have more subscribers, but I'm a vlogger. I just talk about bike shit and being healthy, and talk about the Philippines too, because I live there part of the year. But I'm not the guy that's going to talk about endorsing products. I did one endorsement for one cleaner stuff, Super Clean or something like that, and they sent me the product and asked me to make a video. So I said, why not? But I don't use that cleaner anymore. I ran out, and it's a good cleaner, but now that I wax my chains, I don't need a heavy duty degreaser like that. All right, here's the last steep part. It's smooth on the entryway right here, a little bit sandy right here, and then here comes the chunk. And my local shredders, you guys know where I'm talking about. You know where I'm riding, because you ride it too. And tell me, do you go on the inside or the outside right here? And then you gotta jump over that rock, little rock right there. And then do you come out here and go on this outside little... Ooh, that didn't hit my tires well. And then this part is easy. And it smooths out again. But you see how that kind of tripped my tires over a little bit? That goes to show, when you have aggressive tires and have wide rims, you just munch that stuff up. It doesn't pull you in the rut or anything like that. Same here with this stuff. So this is the Fern Truck trail. Try to keep it low to the ground, try to look ahead. This is where I would see hikers, if anything. And some of these are kind of blind and definitely loose. But I try to keep it in the center. Pick up a little bit of mud right here for traction because it's dry. Then I got a real chunky section right here. That these tires just laugh at. Little jump. Got the sun in my eye. I'm wearing my Oakley with the Prism trail lenses. They get pretty blinded out when the sun goes directly in them. On my other bike, my other glasses, I have the Trail Torch Prism lenses. Those are a little bit darker and better for this time of day. But I wore these glasses today. I'll show you in a second because these are some of my oldest Oakley radars and they keep going strong. Oh yes. Okay, so I am gonna shut off my video before I do El Prieto because I don't think it's gonna go that long to do the whole pull. But here's my Oakley radars that I'm wearing today. So you got the little gold bling to match my bike, and that's a prism trail lenses, not the trail torch. Those are all my other Oakley plasma frames, and those are the blue ones with the blue bling. All right, I'm gonna cut the video and then start it up on LP. Hopefully you guys watch LP videos.